We won't forget you, that's a promise. We're digging deep, 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 deep down. We won't forget you, that's a promise. We'll dig until you're found. Shovels in hand, away we go. We have a job to do. Someone is missing, we have to find them. We can't just let them go.
Silver's on the scene, and I'm out here. It is Saturday afternoon, around 5 or so, a little bit after 5. The sun is still up, and I've shown you a little bit of where we are. I'm going to show you a little bit more. So we're on a county road that connects down there and back there off of the major roads, and this is just one of the areas we're being led to. We actually aren't going to be looking at this area as much. As you can see, posted as private property. They're basically saying no hunting and stuff, but that's part of the theory that we're working off of, right? Part of that theory is look at the opportunity. Look at all the opportunity you have. As you know, this video is allegedly my opinion, but just look at all the opportunity you have back in here, and look at all the opportunity you have back in here and all the way down. Okay, so we're just pulled over, cars running, but we haven't seen a vehicle in the entire time of being here. And so 5 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and I could bring and place allegedly a body here and go on about my business and be seen by no one. So we're still about a mile from our destination. But I wanted to pull over here and just feel out the land, because this isn't exactly where we're headed to look, but it's not far. So it makes me wonder, could this be something I need to be looking at too? Just wanted to give you a look at that. This was suspect to me as soon as I pulled over, which appears to be a blanket of some sort. Stay tuned, more to come. Silver's on the scene. I'm back. Let me show you where I'm at. All right, so I'm just doing a little walk here and give you an idea of what we're talking about. Just take a look. It's endless tree lines, endless woods. Silver's 2 back there. We actually have Molly with us today. Yeah, we have Molly with us today. But I want to give you an idea of what we're doing. I'm not going to reveal where I'm at, not at this time. As I said on my last video, thinking outside the box, and this is what we're talking about. So how does this compare to a lot of different areas? What you're looking at, of course, is heavy trees, deep woods that span way back, as well as a road that's easily accessible. Now, the video I just showed you before this video, there was a dirt road that connected us to this particular spot we were coming. And my search today isn't diving into these woods as much as walking the road line, because the theory in this search, as we're looking for Sebastian Rogers, and I need to stop and say that for a minute. Say his name, Sebastian Rogers. We're here looking for Sebastian Rogers, 15 years old, missing and gone. Now 239 days. Tomorrow will be 240 days. And very quickly, in a few days, we'll have 8 full months. Way too long. So what we're doing is we're thinking outside the box. We're going to where, but just be quiet for a minute, listen. You hear that? Silver's 2 already said to me, it's so quiet. So it's so quiet. Now the wind's picking up some, hear that? So the theory on Sebastian here and where we're at, boots on the ground, in case I do have to go in. But the theory is you come down this road, allegedly in my opinion, you come down a road such as this, there's no one here. It's probably about 5:30 now, Saturday afternoon, October 19th, and no one is around. Now these woods are, you'll see right here, these woods are, see that sign there? These woods are private property. That's the main reason I'm not going in there. Don't want to trespass on private property. I do have a flyer with me in case someone's asking what I'm doing. Silvers 2 has our other flyers in the car. But the point of this searching, and this outside of that box I showed you on my last video, we are nowhere near that box. And that's the point. What if someone said, let's move Sebastian, in my opinion, let's move Sebastian somewhere no one would think to go. And somewhere that whether we did it, ladies and gentlemen, whether we did it at daytime or nighttime, because imagine this place at night. We've got about an hour and a half of daylight left, sun's beaming bright, and it's lighting up what I can see here. But in about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, it's going to get dusky. And by about 9, 10, midnight, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be super dark here. And look how far back the tree lines go. So where's my theory at? And we'll turn around here and go back on this side. Here becomes my theory. And you see how far it keeps going. You need to get rid of a body. You pull down a road like this, out of that box, somewhere no one would think you would need to be, or you would ever be. You simply lay the body down just off the road line, just off here, you know, right here, and you go on about your business. And then someday someone's going to be hunting out, trying to get steps in like I'm doing right now, just walking along the side, or just driving by, look over and see a body. I'm going to step down in here just to show you what we're talking about here on this side. Actually, when we came, we were coming down that one road, and it was all gravel and dirt and secluded as it can be, even quieter than we are here. One side of that road was a national forest, right? National forest. Another place you could hide something you're trying to hide. But in this case, I don't think it's being hidden. I think it's being placed out in the open, in plain sight, as some people would say, in plain sight, for someone to find at a later date, but yet so far away from the box that the theory goes to Sebastian walked out of the home either to meet someone or was picked up by someone. Hey, he's on his way to his dad's house, he hitched a ride, and it was a bad actor, it was a bad character who picked him up. He ends up bringing him miles and miles away from his home on a deserted road like this, as they call in the backwoods area, and unalives him, places him here on the road, and goes on about their business. Now that's one theory. Another theory, as you know, you saw the disclaimer, allegedly in my opinion, another theory is the people closest to him removed him from his house February 26, 2024. in the early morning hours. And whether it was that same night or maybe a day later, 17 hours missing, this fits right into the time zone. Right into the timeline. You got 17 hours missing. In 17 hours, you can make a trip. A trip to get what you were saying you were going to get, as well as do a few other things. And here's interesting. The sun is coming in right here, and you can see it's beaming off a down log or down tree. Made that look like it was something white in the woods, but it's just a tree. But those are the things you look for. So that's where our theory goes, and that's what we're doing. We're looking, as we said, outside the box in areas that at first thought, logical thinking silver says, no way, no way, no way. Get out of my head, get out of my logical thinking, clear my head. And as I've said before, with comments and with emails, I'm always open to any leads to help find Sebastian. We'll run them all down. But on this one, I was going on with my own out of the box thinking. However, there was an email sent that helped lead me there, and that brought me here. So we've got a couple of other spots we want to walk and look at. We're going to drive over to those now, but all I see here, and maybe Sebastian's not here, but this is perfect opportunity, perfect place to bring someone. Now, you know, you saw me on the gravel road earlier, second part of this video here, and in this entire 9 minutes and 7 seconds we are now, not a single car has come by. 9 minutes. We got other spots to check, so we're gonna keep moving, but my guess is we could stay here probably for 30 minutes, if not longer, and never see another person. So this is what we're thinking, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to go different routes and get other search areas knocked out. We're not forgetting the Hendersonville, we're not forgetting Memphis, but right now this is where we're led to. So stay tuned, more to come. Just to give you a look as we drive and see, hope it's not too loud with the wind. This road just keeps going. So I did about 10 minutes earlier walking. It's now been more than 20 minutes out here and have yet to encounter a single four-wheeler or another person. You have this here. Of course, you start getting into the deep you know what's interesting, talking about to silvers too, I'll tell the audience now, I had a huge granddaddy long leg on the back of my shoulder. Silvers too freaked out and I kicked it off. The thing is, so you sit here, no hunting. Look there, tires again, dumping ground. These are dumping grounds, right? And look how that drops off. And I just noticed in my window here a big spider web. So I think when we came down that county line road, when we came down that gravel road, I think it was so uninhabited, if you will, or so less visited. Look, you see that, I don't know if you can see right here, that spider web. And I think we drove through spider webs. I think when I got out of the car to do a video, that's where that spider got on me. Because I haven't stepped into the woods, I've only gone to the line. So, just look, you pull over here. And we're not seeing anything, and we're not gonna go in this private property, but that's not our search. Not sure why the camera cut off, but that's not our search. Not to go back in there, more so than here on the road. But the point of, we're coming out now, you can see it's opening up. We'll show that, but you're talking, see that light, that sunlight beams in and it lightens. I thought I saw a bag over there, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's the sun coming in, how bright it is. See how it lights up the ground and it makes you think you're seeing almost like a mirage in the desert, I would imagine, right? So it makes you think, see how bright the log is and even the ground is. And as we were driving, I thought that I may have seen but see, I still think that's too far. That's the point. Here is where I'm talking about. Okay? Just look at that. So we've been on this road in this area within a couple of tenths of a mile. And not a single person has come in any direction. Be that on foot, in a car, in a truck, or on a ATV of any sort. So. All right, stay tuned. More to come. Searching for Sebastian. So just to show, I'm right back. I didn't expect to turn the video on that soon, but we just came over. You saw that car? That's a BMW. We just came over that hill where I was telling you the sun opens up. There's another. So we have an SUV back there. You can see it's we don't have a BMW, we have a Ford, but an SUV that looks like ours, and you have a truck, which would be like a hunting. A lot of this ground says it's for a hunting club, a hunting sportsman club or something. Give that name out, might give an idea where we are. But right there, you know, it's places like that you can pull off, but just look. I'll just flip the camera around like this, maybe you can see. You see back. See the truck as well as the car that's just randomly, like we've been doing, pulling off to the side. Once again, we're just headed right back into it. These are the areas, though, ladies and gentlemen, if Sebastian hasn't been placed in a body of water, if he hasn't been cremated and scattered somewhere, these are all in my opinion, if he hasn't, something like that hasn't happened, all these other theories, then I think we're back to that theory of being placed just off the road. I think that's still a possible strong theory in the Hendersonville area near his home. Yet also, it could be, look at that, it could be somewhere like here that is nowhere near his home. All right, stay tuned, more to come. So we've made our destination, and take a look. It's barely enough room for one car. I don't know, it's still a dirt road. More of a dirt than gravel this time. What I was wanting to do, as I said earlier, the walking and looking. First of all, there's not hardly much. You would have to place something up there. But we can do that driving. Now over here on this side, it appears to be definitely private property, as you have some cows and stuff. Sebastian Rogers. But yeah, I don't want to walk because I don't want to leave the car in the middle of this road and someone try to come by. Hopefully we don't. It's a very small stretch of road, but at night you would have, over there's fenced, barbed wire fence, so your opportunity would be right here. Okay. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's anything, but right there, it's nothing. It's like a piece of it looks like a piece of a plastic or a piece of a garbage can, trash can, but that's what I'm talking about. Something tossed right out of the car, stop for a few minutes, and then keep going. So this little stretch of road connects two other roads. And it's not one way. It goes both ways, but I can't imagine meeting another vehicle. So, alright, so we have more area to look. We're losing daylight, we're not going to get it in today, but I'm going to do a follow-up summary of everything we did, a little bit of why we did it. And there's more research I need to do, to more hone in to a specific place versus all this vast land that we see. So, hand me that. So, here's why we're here. Sebastian Rogers. Say his name. We are thinking outside the box. We are attempting to locate him where he may have been taken, in our opinion. And as I said, we're going to do some more research to hone in more so where we think he may be. And then you find the shoe, the croc, that's just sitting there. Right. Yeah, there it is. Just a random shoe. Okay, I'll sum it up with what we're going to do next and where we're going to go from here. And before I do that, that's just something you know that Silver's 2 just saw through the woods there. We have old cemetery. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it or not. I mean, it's old. You're probably gonna be able to see it right here. Check that out. Oh, you can see that. And it's roads like that and places like that we're talking about, right? Look, areas like this. Just red mud. Just since we're here, 2 seconds. I'm not gonna go far back in here because there's a no trespassing sign. That keeps me from going any further, but I just want to get a little closer. You know, I think the reason I'm showing this is obviously private property and family after family. I'm sure this is family land, and that's, you know, at least, I'm counting at least 4 headstones there. But I think the reason I wanted to get out and bring this up and mention that is, you know, I was just about to cut the video off, do a quick recap and add that to this, but of why we're here and how we have to we really need to hone in more of where we're looking, so we don't spend a lot of time wasted looking for Sebastian. We want to get to those search locations and find out what we're looking at. Today's search was more about getting in the area, and we've gotten here to see what we're looking at and see what we can see from the road, but it will be honed in, and I need some more information. But the point of me pulling over and stopping is this: may they all rest in peace. And it's obviously, you know, someone's land, but I just thought it odd as I was getting ready to end the video, and Silvers 2 said, take a look at that. We all hope Sebastian is still with us. No more than me and Silvers 2. We really hope he's still with us, for Seth's sake, so he can be reunited with his son. In my opinion, unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. And so, as I'm about to cut camera, she notices this cemetery here. And it just was a symbol to me of, as we're out searching and as we're looking, unfortunately, and it's sad to say, but we are looking to recover Sebastian. But that's the goal, is to find him, recover him, and get him home so he can, as I've said in many videos before, rest easy, rest at peace, and we can get closure, and we can get justice for Sebastian. So I'll give a little recap of what we did today to sum up while we were here, but just look at the opportunity. And that's what's led us here. Because in our opinion, someone took Sebastian from his home and they put him somewhere like this. Maybe they did it less than 10 miles from his home, or maybe they did it several hundred miles away from his home. Stay tuned, more to come. All right, so I just wanted to say I was going to wrap it up with like a little recap of what our goal was today. As I said, start with, we're thinking outside the box, kind of keeping some logical thinking about us, but more so open-minded thinking, right? You saw in the last video the box, and we're thinking outside there, because thoughts being, whoever may have taken Sebastian, take him far away from an area that wouldn't be somewhere someone would look, I guess is the best way to say it. So, you know, near his home, near the RV, on the way to the RV, all these places that people have searched. What if you're very cold, myself included, and Silvers 2, very cold looking in those areas, when there could be areas that you could be much warmer all the way to hot to find him. So that's what has led us to these areas, okay? And as I said in the last little piece when I was over by the private cemetery, that the next step is to hone in more in these locations. So I have a third location I couldn't get to today, but before going to that location, I want to do more research. This one was more of a drop in, see what's going on, look as we did, but I want to do more research on the next location to pinpoint an area and say, that's the area I want to go, as I've done in Hendersonville, as I've done in Memphis, as I've done in South Haven. Go to a particular location and say, that's where we believe Sebastian could be. So that's coming up next. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. You come along, take a look at it, watch. Maybe you see something that I didn't see. We're just trying to find Sebastian. That's that simple. Simple goal. Find him. We find him, then we get justice for him. And what helps us find him is keeping his awareness alive. Keeping his awareness alive. Speak his name, say his name, Sebastian Rogers. Put it out to the universe. And that's what will bring him home. Thank you for all your compliments and your comments. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Silvers 2 appreciates it. And there's more to come. Stay tuned. More to come. Have a great Saturday evening. As it's starting to set here, it's starting to get dark. I'll leave you with this view. May the rest of your Saturday be filled with joy and happiness. Thank you. Stay tuned, more to come.
Silver's on the scene, silver's on the scene today. Silver's on the scene, silver's on the scene. We will not go away, away, away. We won't forget you, that's a promise. We're digging deep, 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 deep down. Dig deep, deep, deep down. We won't forget you.